some sort of insider data, which is sort of akin to going to the forums and the blogs and finding out the concerns,
I totally see
wants, needs. You see the correlation here?
Absolutely.
Because once you see this, you're able to apply it to this platform. It's no in other words, I'm trying to say it's no different from the physical world than it is the online world.
Right.
Because it's people to people.
Right.
And it's a personable thing. Okay, so go on. So now you've found out this data, and
this is usually on the elevator ride up to the floor.
Right.
And you know, and then I find out when are you looking to move, you know, and then I walk them through the unit, and I, you know, open the door to this, you know, now magical world that's going to be their future home.
Right.
And you know, they see the amenities that I've been, you know, talking about.
Sure.
And so, you know, the
proof and concept.
Floor, right. So the wood floors, the granite, the, you know, stainless steel appliances.
Right.
And, you know, the new paint, everybody loves the, you know, they smell the fresh paint, you know, it's.
Yes.
And then I, you know, show them the central air and let them know, like, every unit, let them know the feel of the building and who lives here, and, you know, that they know it's a friendly place, and they feel a sense of safety as well. So
right. Do you overall feel that that is a primary concern for people, is security and safety?
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. Especially when it comes to a home.
So if you're conveying that in the way you're doing it, and a lot of people, I don't like to call it the pitch per se, because it's really not.
Right.
It's just you're addressing their concerns without them even knowing it, because you understand already. You've been doing this for a while.
I'm a human being too, and I know what I want out of a home.
There you go. So what would, in common, other people want that's not totally irrational? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Security and safety in a thing. So other people would just have to ask about their product, what would people want with their product? And it's the same thing, like, so with Musical Stew, you know, what parents would want is a future of their child is the huge thing.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing in their mind. And the shaping of their future, and the fact that they have the most control over that.
Well, I know as a parent, I want as many tools as possible to give to my child, so that when they are older, they can always pull from it.
Right.
You know? And so the not being afraid of the dark, the timeout songs, you know, that it's okay to take a timeout once in a while. You know, these are things that back up parents. You know, they're also tools for parents to use.
And it empowers the kid as well.
Absolutely. Empowers the kid, and the parent feels like, oh, I've got some assistance here. You know, I got a little help. I can breathe.
Someone's got my back.
Yeah, exactly. We can, you know, raise it a little while.
Hey, you know what? We don't have. Here's the thing: as parents, we don't have a manual that comes with, like, you know. I mean, there's books out there, but there's so many books out there. How do we know which one's the right manual? You know what I'm saying? And there's only so much time in the day to read books and all that sort of stuff, and let alone have to go and apply this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So the main thing, though, is you understand you have your own concerns and things you need addressed as a parent.
As a parent,
just like a renter has certain needs. So even any website owner out there can say, what would my need be? And most likely it could be a common need of most everyone else out there. And while it's not addressing, you know, like we said, your perfect customer profile of Jane Doe, who's a 35-year-old, maybe single mom, or, you know, or a busy full-time mom, whatever. We all sort of, as a single, you know, as a single group, all as humans on this planet all have similar concerns.
Yeah.
An overlapping of concerns, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you try to address that when you're dealing with the renters, right?
Yeah.
So so you're in the middle of your demonstration. Buy now button yet?
Nope.
Dang! Come on now. Okay, so go on. So what else?
I get it.
Okay, so have I hammered it? Right? Okay. So let me ask you, before we start attacking, oh, did I say attacking? No, I was looking at this as we're attacking the project.
Right.
Not attacking your site at all in any way, shape, or form. But before we start talking real quickly and getting into the musical stews, looking at your homework and then real quickly then starting to move towards how we can improve your conversion rate and your offer as well, which we have slightly covered before. But do you see now taking what we just went through as how you gain a new renter versus what may be lacking here on Musical Stew?
Absolutely.
Especially if someone comes to the front page of the site.
Absolutely.
As an entry page.
Hey, buy me.
Well, it's not even that. It's, you know,
part of it.
I guess you have states and capitals there on the front as that is like, I don't know, is that like a secret subliminal message? Or is there some subliminal messaging in there that says, man, this is the best stuff ever, this is our best stuff, and we're going to, you know, and this is why you should buy it?
Well, you know, it's interesting that you touch on that, because as we talk about this stuff, I see that we did something that we were excited about.
Right.
And we decided to move forward with it.
Right.
And this is what we had. And let's just get it out there. It's that,
and that's fine.
Naive website
and
owner,
right? But there's nothing. There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with that at all.
Oh, I don't feel that way. I feel
because
like it can be improved upon now with
exactly.
what you're telling me. Yeah,
right.
You know, it's like,
and I feel myself like with my own stuff, it's just constant work in progress.
Right.
And it may be good stuff the way I have it now, but I know that I could always make it better.
Right.
And the one thing we can always do with online stuff, and we'll get into probably later on in session 6, 7, 8, when we talk about analytics, you can actually measure like how. I already showed you like the live help stuff, but we're not even talking about the live help stuff where you can monitor how long someone's been on a page.
On YouTube, I looked at the analytics.
The stats.
Very cool.
Right.
Yeah.
How many people finish your video.
Right.
That's what
it's like, what's this button? Oh.
Right. Right. And the same thing, you can see how many visitor actions have been taken on your site. You know, how sticky is your site? Are they looking at 3 pages or just looking at 1 and backing out?
Right.
That sort of thing. Which tells you you've got a problem.
Right.
You have a content problem. You have an attention problem. Right. You don't have a So now, we talked about last week, and this was the most important thing, is since we covered it at the beginning of the show, is that the Google listing, you know, let's go to Musical Stew. We discussed the fact that the first line of the Google listing
was just Google grabbing words from.
Right. But we just like we talked about in the beginning, we talked about it is your headline. That top line is your headline. Sort of like it is a headline in the Inquirer.
Right.
Right. On the Inquirer, we showed that, and so it's literally like it's your headline it's the headline of your listing, and that is going to grab the attention versus all the other headlines here, you know, right here, right here, right here. So based on what the person is, the keyword they're putting into Google here, if that title tag or your headline there is not speaking to their interests, they're going to go to the next one, right?
Right.
Same thing when you search online, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if this is the headline, right, of your Google listing, then what would be your headline here? What's the biggest letters and most prominent when you see?
Oh, the states and capitals.
States and capitals,
yeah.
Right. So what does that headline convey?
Not much. You know,
there's a song. It's a song, right?
I mean, yeah, because it says song on there, yeah,
right? But it's not conveying a feature or benefit, right?
Right.
If anything, it's just stating the title of what this song is,
right?
Which is really what it is, right?
Yeah.
And we could see that's what is there from YouTube. It pulls in the States and Capitals song by Musical Stew. Right. And it sounds like a tasty, tasty soup you've got going. Do I order this soup online? No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. So I think we've talked about the fact that people go online to interact with websites, is it? Or do they go on to interact with people? Right. Okay. So while we do understand that, Macho and Nacho are sort of like figures on this, it's important that people get that someone's talking to them.
Right.
And I think
that it's interesting you say that, because with that in mind, we do want it to be Macho Nacho and Mouth Trumpet that are talking to.
Right.
In fact, if you go to YouTube and you look at the titles of these songs, Macho Nacho and Mouth Trumpet are the executive producers of our videos.
Right. I got that.
Yeah.
But now I want you to take this into consideration.
Okay.
Macho and Nacho are characters, animated characters. And while I think, kids love animated characters, the site is selling to parents.
Right.
So I don't know. Do you like animated characters talking to you? Like, Macho? This is what I'm just trying to get across here. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or do you want a real person like, hey, you, Zach, your face, you conveying to parents, hey, your kid's going to love Macho and Nacho type thing. It's now speaking to more, because here's the unfortunate part of what happens to us as adults is we lose that fun side. Some of us don't, but most of us lose that fun side as a kid because life is serious.
Yeah.
We got a job, we got to pay the bills, we got to do this, we got to do that, right? So do we really want to hear the voice of this Macho Nacho? Is that going to be something that's taken seriously? And this is what I want you to think about.
Right.
And I'm not saying you have to do one thing or another, but I want you to think about it, okay? Because we go online to interact with websites. We don't go on to interact with websites. We go on to interact with people. We go on to Facebook to answer, respond to people. Right, exactly. So it's a personable thing. We already talked about that. Right. It's a personable experience that we want. So ask yourself what the majority of your people would want, how they would want to be talked to as Macho and Nacho. So obviously you want to talk to someone on a person-to-person basis, so it can't be both Macho and Nacho, because then that's two people talking to one person. Right? So would you want Macho or say
Macho, Nacho and Mouth Trumpet?
Oh, it's Macho, Nacho, and Mouth Trumpet.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you want one or the other talking to someone? Do you think that would be taken seriously as a parent?
Not by a parent, no.
Okay, that's what I mean.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Now, if this is Nickelodeon, which is a kid's website, this is not a kid's website. This is a kid's website in the sense of it's to help kids, but it's the parents who are the buyers.
It's tools for parents.
Right, exactly. Really there's really not much selling, per se, going on Nickelodeon.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Well,
That's the kid station.
Yeah.
Because they have stuff for the kids to interact with.
Right.
Because there's no, flip out your credit card,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm 7 years old. I don't even have a bank account. Mom! I need your credit card. It's not going to happen.
Right.
I mean, they may call them over because there may be something. But see, I'm sure that Nickelodeon knows they're not going to want to try and get the kids to get the parent to bring the credit card over. I mean, there may be something. I haven't seen Nickelodeon site. I'm sure there's something innocuous. But when it comes to music, the kid's not going to be sitting here going, Mom, I think I need this.
Right.
Especially when it comes to education, they're looking at fun stuff. They're looking at the Transformers or, boys looking at comics, girls looking at girl stuff, right?
Right.
And they're not seriously out there looking for, man, I think I need something on potty training.
Yeah.
This is really not working for me.
Especially a 4-year-old.